now we're done with A, and now we need to do R, record the unlike characteristics, okay? So just the similar thing that we did for the like characteristics, how we went through and put a minus by them, we need to go through the additional ones, and make sure we put a minus by them if they are different. So we know which ones we're putting down in the box. So our first characteristic that we don't have a plus by is doesn't change. So we just want to make sure that that's not over here. Nope, because they can change. So we'll just make sure to put a minus by those. I kind of already did that, so I'll just make it thicker. Hopefully you didn't mess up your page like I did. Okay. The next one is researched. Is that over on the characteristics of opinion side? No. Okay. And it could probably be maybe even related to like beliefs. So I'm going to put a minus over here because that's not over here. The next one, what's the next characteristic we have of a fact? Steve, what's this?
Observable.
Yep, and is that under the opinion? No. So we'll put minus by that. Hopefully these stick enough. And then judgment and measurable we don't have either. So we need to move all of these that you have a minus by in box 3 down to box 6. So the ones that are under fact you need to put in this box, opinion put in this box, just move them down, okay? Let's see. Does anybody have any questions about what you're writing in the boxes? No. Okay. Does everyone have that done? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the next part we're going to do is identify unlike categories. So same, we need to put these characteristics into bigger categories. Okay, so we have doesn't change, can change. So if something changes or doesn't change, what is that related to, or how can we make that into a bigger category?
They're variables.
Yeah, so there are variables. So can we put the existing variables will change or not change, right? So the existing variables. Good. The next ones we have are that facts are researched, observable, and measurable. And opinions are based on belief, feelings, and judgment. If we put all these 3 things and these 3 things into one big category, any ideas of what it could be?
Ways they are developed?
Yeah, so a fact is developed based on research, right? Fact is developed because it's observable. I seen 5 dogs in the cage, so I know that it's a fact that there's 5 dogs in there, right? And it's measurable. I can physically count, I can measure, that sort of thing. Same with opinions. So how my opinion is formed, it's because of my belief, because of my feelings, or because of my judgment on it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
How they are developed. That's a nice bigger category. Okay. So then we're going to move on to N, nail down a summary. So like we've seen in the example, a summary needs to have 3 things. So the first sentence, it is good if the summary has both concepts plus the overall concept. So can someone give me a sentence with both our concepts and the overall concept in it?
statement can be either a fact or an opinion.
Good. So a statement can be fact or opinion. That has all three of those things. So that's good. So everyone write that down. A statement can be either a fact or an opinion. Good. The next one needs to have both our concepts in and then our like categories. So who can give me a sentence with both the concepts and the like categories? So that would just be box 1 and box 5.
Facts and opinions provide us with additional information and are across all different forms of communication.
Good. So you got these two and these two. So, okay, so you said a fact and opinion provide additional information, right?
Yep.
So you should just be able to copy this right off from your box 5. Additional information in different forms of communication.
Yes.
Okay, that'll work. And then our third sentence needs to have both our concepts and both of the unlike categories. Good. So how can we put those 4 things into a sentence in the summary?
Facts and opinions are different in the way that they are developed and the existing variables.
Good. So we got all 4 of those things. Okay, so and then we know it's different because we put they're different. So facts and opinions are different by how they are developed. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
By how they are developed and what.
And the existing variables.
Okay, and the existing variables. Okay, and now letter G is going beyond the basics. So this box 9 extensions will be different. This is something that you guys could take because you know this is a review of facts and opinions. The extension that I want you to write down is in what text, so let's write together, in what text forms, so I'm talking about like a book, a letter, a newspaper, a journal, a magazine, do you mostly find facts and mostly find opinions. Okay, so you guys need to talk about that amongst yourself, and then we'll come back and review what about that. Good. So let's review what we've learned today. Okay, so looking at your guys' concept comparison chart, what are the 2 concepts that we compared today?
Facts and opinions.
Okay, and then what was our overall concept?
Statements.
Okay, who can give me one characteristic of a fact?
Proven.
It has to be proven, yep. Or researched, I think is what we put down, but you might have put proven, so yep. Who can give me one characteristic of an opinion?
Based on feelings.
Based on feelings, okay. What were our 2 shared characteristics of fact and opinion?
Provides info.
And what's the other one?
Written.
Written or verbal, yep. Okay. And then how did we put those into categories? How did we make those into a bigger concept into the category?
The bigger like categories where it provides additional information and across different forms of communication.
Good. How about one of our unlike characteristics of a fact?
A fact doesn't change.
Nope. And what's an unlike characteristic of an opinion? Box 6.
An opinion can change.
Yep. And then what were the two categories of unlike characteristics?
The existing variables and how they are developed.
Good. And what type of a reading would mostly be have facts in it? Newspaper, yep. How about an opinion? What would you read that would be mostly opinionated?
A blog.
Oh, blog, that's a good one. Okay, good. Okay, and then, so this concept comparison chart, when I was asking you those questions about facts and opinions and your chart, it's really easy to find those. So that is a benefit of making a concept comparison chart. It's really easy to find what you're looking for. During a class, it'll be easier for you to pay attention because you're focusing on the key components, and it'll also be easier for you to study because these are the most important things about facts and opinions that we need to know. And then it'll be easy for you to have a discussion or answer questions about analyzing and comparing among two things. Okay. Concept comparison charts can be used in lots of other classes, not just English. So if I'm thinking about something else, a different class I want to use a concept comparison chart in, I could use one in science class maybe to compare perennial plants versus annual plants and know the similarities and differences. Can anyone think of another class or a different situation where maybe a comparison chart would be helpful for you? So what if you are learning about different animals? Could you make one for different animals, like comparing like mammals or reptiles, birds, fish, right? Because they can be with more than just two things. You could compare those, right?
Yep.
What else?
Future planning.
So
Apartment or a house.
yeah, so if we're planning for the future, where you want to live after you're done with school, what are some of the characteristics of a house versus apartment? What would be good for you?
Buy a boat or a pontoon.
Buy a boat or a pontoon. So good. So we can use these both in school and outside of school. So it's some good information and good skill